Welcome to day 85 of my journey through meditation, connecting to myself and learning about how I tick, who I am, looking at what beliefs are running me or what's coming up, connecting to me. If this is making any sense. And I've just got back from, a couple of hours ago, I just got back from a wedding from a friend at my gym, and there were a number of things that happened on the way to the wedding and at the wedding, and it just really touched me. And not surprised me, but it was showing me how I had been living and how the universe was giving back to me what I had been giving out. And I'll explain this a little bit clearer if I can with an example. When I go about my day, I am continuously, as much as I can remember anyway, I can continuously giving out to people. And when I say giving out to people, I mean I am giving them mentally in my mind blessings of love, blessings of peace, blessings of calm, and also verbally giving them compliments. And not just people I know, it can be strangers as well. And the reason why I do this is because people are in so much deficit. And when I mean in deficit, I mean that a lot of us look at ourselves in a way that we are not good enough, or we don't deserve something, or we beat ourselves up, or we see a certain experience in our life as being a negative one, or a feeling as being a negative one, and we beat ourselves up. And as I go about my daily life, I give out compliments and blessings. So I am giving out energetic feelings of love, energetic feelings of calm, energetic feelings of relaxation. So whatever I'm feeling, and this is, sometimes I forget to do it, but whatever I'm feeling, so say I'm feeling anxiety with someone that I pass on the street, I would say, may you be blessed with calmness. Or if I'm feeling some sort of fear, may you be blessed with love, or something along those lines. So anyway, I was on the way to the wedding, just going back to the story. I took the bus in, and as I was sat on the bus minding my own business, this elderly gentleman got on the bus, and he came and sat a few seats in front of me, and I didn't really notice him. But he just came and sat a few seats in front of me, and then he he sort of looked around a second time at me, and that's when he caught my eye. And he just said, "Can I just say that the coat that you've got on is really nice and it's a really lovely colour," something along those lines. So he complimented me on the colour of my coat, but it was also complimenting the way that I looked and how I was. So I just said thank you to him, because a lot of times when we're giving compliments, and I used to do this myself, I just used to say, "Oh, well, you know, it's just an old coat," or whatever. So I just graciously accepted it. And it was so nice. It's such a lovely feeling to get a compliment from a complete stranger. And as he got off the bus in town, I was getting off at the next stop, so I stayed on the bus. And I saw him walk up the side of the bus to cross the street. And he crossed the street and went along his way. And I just thought to myself, I was just like watching him. And I thought, well, if he turns around, I will just wave. And he did. In that split second, as I was thinking it, he turned around and I just waved at him and he waved back. And it was just such a lovely connection, just to connect with a complete stranger who's giving you a compliment and also acknowledge them with love and grace, and just accept the moment for what it was, just a connection with a complete stranger. And then I went to the wedding, and as they were going through the ceremony, friend Shabs, which was the bride, she was reading some of the vows. And as she was reading the vows out, I just found myself so caught up in the moment of love that was between them, that I found myself thinking, this is just so lovely and loving and caring and wonderful. And I felt myself starting to get emotional. And in that split second as well, she started to cry. You know, she started to get emotional and cry. And I said to her later, I said, it was really lovely when you were saying your vows, and, you know, and you got emotional, because it just showed the love that was in the room. And she said to me that, she says, "Oh, well, you know what it is, you try to be strong, and you come over all emotional, and you know, you can start to cry." And I thought, people see emotion as a negative thing, but it's not. It was just such a beautiful, perfect moment. And it was just so much love that was in that room between Shabs and Sean. And it was just really lovely to see. And it just brings to mind the fact that how many people see themselves as bad or negative, or they shouldn't be doing this, or they should be doing that, or they're like beating themselves up. They're, something inside of them thinks that they're not good enough in some sort of a way. But when you start giving out compliments, when you start giving out into the world, as long as you are in a good place, and as long as you are not giving, and you also giving to yourself, as long as your vessel is full, the world starts to reflect back what you're giving out to people. So day 85, giving back. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye bye.